Hi, Ron from Clarity. I'm going to show you one of the things we did for our clients that is a custom SEO tool. For those of you that know DNN, this is a DNN site. This happens to be version 903. We built this site probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. Still working with the client. They came to me and asked me at the time if I would optimize all of their pages for SEO. And at the time they had 562 pages. So if you know anything about DNN, you kind of have to navigate to the pages. We'll just kind of walk through this. You have to navigate to a page. You have to come in here and you modify the title and everything, but usually you can't see the text at the same time, so it's kind of hard to see. So you end up having to close this, read through the page, open up the settings, click on the gear, open up the settings for each page, and you have to navigate. It does some refresh, and it takes a while. And then there's no real easy way to compare all of the titles or meta descriptions. And in this particular case, the client wanted to use keywords for all their pages as well. And it looks like they've come back and gone a little crazy. I think this page is actually going to get dinged by Bing. If you overstuff the keyword field, everybody has devalued that, so we don't even necessarily recommend using it anymore. You can, but it's treated as normal content now. There's no higher weighting in this. And as a matter of fact, Bing has even instrumented about early 2019, I think. They put out a patch where if you stuff the keyword field, you'll actually get penalized. So I definitely don't recommend stuffing the keyword field. But one of the things that we did, we used the Xmod Pro module. And one of our developers built me a module where now this is what it looks like. We call it, it's just a meta tags administration module. It's made with Xmod. I don't know if it's using like a Kendo grid control, but the great thing about it is it gives me the ability to click on any one of the columns and sort ascending or descending. So as I start scrolling down through these pages, you can see that obviously I went through here because everything has a nice vertical bar NCH. They have two main organizations. It's either NCH or NCH Foundation proper. So pretty much as you scroll down through all of these titles, you can see, and obviously here's one that is not indexed, is blocked. So I didn't spend any time doing that, but you'll see that everything has a really nice, looks like they've gone in and added some additional organization information here, but they've got some nice titles, nice meta descriptions, and it tells you the number. Now I do use SEO Mofo's snippet optimizer tool to make sure that they fit and none of them are truncated. So I've written these very consciously. Now one of the things that makes this easy to do is I can come in here and immediately start and say, well, which pages don't have titles? So I can literally click on titles, it flips them, and let me scroll to the bottom here. You can see now, when I did this a while back, they had 562 pages. So now you can see 628. So the latest 60 pages, and you can see roughly about how many pages there are here. So ever since I finished this and they took it on themselves, pretty much none of the pages are getting SEO titles, meta descriptions, or keywords inserted. And look how many 404s there are. So there's a lot of errors and a lot of blanks and things like that. But this is how I was able to start. I was able to come in. So if they called me back today and said, hey, it's been a while since we worked with you, can you go in and clean up our SEO? I would literally open up this tool. I would find a page like this, let's say an evening of thanks. And then what I would do is I open the tab in a new link. I click on that new link, and then it allows me to, now it looks like this page is just a single event for an RSVP. So probably not something that needs to be indexed, but if this page was indexed, it would be easy for me to go through and go, okay, this is NCH Foundation, so I know which organization it is. There's an event called Evening of Thanks in November, so I can come back to my tool and I can click on edit, and it brings up a modal form here where now I could come in here and just put an Evening of Thanks event, NCH Foundation. Now, I would spend more time doing this, and I would put that in the Mofo tool to ensure that it's done properly. And you can see that we'll just grab this right here for now, just because I want to do this very quickly. Pop in a description, anything else you want to do, click update, and that has now updated that page. And then I might just do the same thing again, flip the title, and then just drop to the next one. Right now, here's an evening. It looks like they even have a copy of that page, so they've got some other things. But an Evening of Thanks now is been done, and you can see it's no longer in the list here. So this is a great tool using Xmod Pro that allows us to very quickly and rapidly go in. You can launch the page because we've linked every single page here. So you've got a global page view. And then you can see everything. Since I did it by title, you can see this one actually has a meta description and keywords, but no page title, right? But it makes it very simple so you can see very quickly, like this, obviously bad. Something's wrong with this detail page, right? So somehow, and sometimes when you see stuff like this, what normally happens is these are tokenized forms on the page. And so since there is no title, it actually pulled in the first few characters of the page. Same thing here. You can see these are all tokenized. So it's actually gone in and pulled in, or somebody copy and pasted the first few elements off the page into these fields, and so they're terrible and need to be rewritten. But it's great because very quickly you can go through and see all of your pages, see the health of your pages, and you can sort and see and make sure all of the page titles done. You can sort by count, you can sort by description, and make sure to very quickly go in and update all the SEO content. Thanks for watching.